Do you think people are waking up quickly enough to these threats? I
No.
mean, no. Okay. So,
Definitely not.
um, are we waking up at all? I guess it does seem to me like some people, largely thanks to the internet, I would say, do seem to be awakening to how vile and corrupt the existing political order is, not just in this state, but basically all states, as far as I can tell. Like statism itself is a corrupt business, basically, right? It's the practice of coercion, compulsion, and violence for profit. So surprise, surprise, it's not very clean.
Right.
You said you don't think people are waking up fast enough. What can we do to help wake people up more quickly? Obviously, there's the education component, but is there something else we can be doing to shake the tree?
Probably not. And this is someone who, professionally tries to wake people up more aggressively. I think that there's, the people that are interested in the truth, that are interested in being woken up, are largely being woken up or have already been, and they are very much in the know. The issue is that the vast majority of people still aren't. I think it's probably 50-50 in terms of people that, like, they sense that something is amiss, something's gone awry, but they don't really have, it's kind of like the psychological operation that you were talking about earlier. Like, it's painful for them to follow this rabbit hole down and be like, wow, yeah, like, maybe we're not the good guys.
Yeah.
Maybe my government is in fact not looking out for my best interest or the best interest of the people of the world. Yeah. Like, that's a painful realization, especially for, I can speak to this for my conservative relatives, the ones that are like true blue, I bleed the American flag type of folks. Like, it hurts them. It hurts them viscerally to think that, like, wait, you think the federal government was involved in maybe trying to take out Trump? It's like, yeah, I think they took out JFK too, and RFK, and a bunch of civil rights leaders. Like, so the reason I say that they're not waking up fast enough is just that, like, and this goes into the money side of things, but 35 trillion in national debt, and we're racking up $1 trillion every 3 or 4 months. I mean, this is totally unsustainable, and that's the reason that I'm most concerned with the time frame for people waking up. Is like it's just not happening fast enough. And I think it'll only, like, we'll hit the tipping point when the financial pain is, everywhere.
That's where I was just going to go with this, because you said obviously it's painful to take your mind down that rabbit hole to the realization that what you've been led to believe is untrue. There's a lot of, you're unplugging yourself from the Matrix, which is, if you've seen the movie, it's not a fun realization when Neo first wakes up and sees what's really going on.
Right. Plug me back in.
Yeah. But so because that's painful, like, maybe it's feels better to stay in the delusion, I guess, until the delusion becomes so painful.
Bingo.
Through inflation, taxation, war, whatever the thing is, that people are, like, actually jolted from their sleep, I guess, into the reality of the situation. So that's a bleak perspective, though, because that means we just have to go through the pain to get people to wake up.
I mean, human history kind of shows that. People don't really, come together and rise up in any meaningful way until it's very, very painful.
Yeah.
Because, and I think in some regards, it's a good thing, because we want to remain peaceful and we want to, but my issue is that I think the only way you avoid violent revolution is peaceful revolution, and peaceful revolution has to come early.
Yeah.
Like, you need people to really understand what's happening. They have to understand history. They have to know that if XYZ happens 3 to 5 years from then, you're in terrible conditions. And, like, if you talk to we're in Miami, so you talk to a Cuban, refugee or an immigrant to America, they know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
They know.
Yeah. Right.
But most Americans don't.
Right.
They think, we're different, we're special. It can't happen here. And they're just wrong.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to find more just like it, and here to find our most recent episode. Also, make sure to like this video to help shine light on the corruption of money, and be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected.